Well, hello and welcome to Living and Aging with Pride. Living with Pride, the multimedia platform that brings information to you about everything that's affecting the aging, but affecting our community. Today, I've got a very interesting person in the studio with me, Donnielle Schroeder, who is, and I'm actually going to let her tell you all her titles because I've known her for a lot of years and she's got a lot of titles, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't want to miss any of them. So, welcome to the show, Donnielle. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, and thank you very much for having me here today.
My pleasure. Now, you represent, what's the name of this company?
So, the name of our company is called blanQ. So, BLAN capital Q. And it's called blanQ because we do a little variety of things, but we're in the business development arena. So we're not representing any specific product, any specific one thing, but that way we can bring the best and the most innovative products that we've done our homework on and that we feel very passionate about to the public and to other arenas.
So you're more of a business to business kind of company.
Yes.
And that's a good thing. And today we are faced with so many interesting components that seem to be making our lives resistant. And this pandemic and this COVID is a big thing. And you've got a number of products that have been developed by blanQ to make a difference. Kind of tell us what those products are and what those services are.
Okay, well, we have a range of products, and we didn't develop them. They've been developed by engineers and scientists throughout a number of decades for a couple of them. One of our products was actually developed by NASA. So what we've done is we've found products that are a little bit different than what we're used to using, but are environmentally friendly. They're friendly to us and our
Well, explain
systems.
that to me. That's interesting.
Okay.
Explain that.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. One of the first products that we came across is a hand and surface sanitizer. So it's actually based on nanotechnology. So instead of going out and buying the hand sanitizers that's everywhere and for a while was hard to find at the beginning of the pandemic,
Right.
that are alcohol based, they were getting to be mass produced because there was such a high demand. So they were using less and less quality products to keep up with the production. What they were doing is they were drying out hands, they were absorbing them into our bodies, and it's not helping our system. So what we came across with the item that was developed with the nanotechnology is that it is non-toxic. There's no alcohol in it. It does not dry out your skin. There's no odor to it whatsoever. And I found right away when I sprayed it on my hands,
Right.
I could feel the difference. I didn't feel like I needed to go run out and grab the hand lotion as soon as I put it on.
So is this the product?
That's the magic
This
spray is
the
what I
stuff.
call it.
And we take the top off, and we set it down, and we couple of sprays like this. We set that down, and we do this.
And we do that.
You know, and it does have a silky kind of feel to it.
And yeah, you don't feel like you just put something toxic in your skin.
And it doesn't. I have the best smelling hands you ever want to have. Oh my goodness, no wonder. You know, when I touch people, they love it. You know, but this this is good. So, blanQ is a company that is. How would you describe it? What would you call it? A developer? What is it?
We contract with these companies to help them build a new market.
Okay.
So these are a group of scientists. They are exceptional in what they do. They're not always focused on getting the product out there or having the conversations or connecting A to B and getting the conversation started. That is what we're good at. We're good at connecting.
So you got two phases in this. One, you have to know that the product is worthy of your connection to it, because your reputation is based on your ability to put good, solid, founded products out into the marketplace. So you're
Exactly.
doing your due diligence on top of that, and you've got a relationship with this body of inventors or researchers and scientists and all of that, so that you can stay in the flow with bringing the right kind of products or services to the community.
Exactly. And for me, I have to believe in the product and I have to be willing to use it and be excited about it. If I'm not excited about it, I'm not going to promote it.
Well, being, living, and aging is really designed to make sure we bring resources to our senior community and to those of us who are aging, those of us, and that's all of us. But the idea, how does this kind of thing lend itself to the betterment of our community?
I I feel like as far as betterment of the community, it gives us another option that weren't aware of. Until this was introduced to me, I was still using the same products and not happy about them. So with this product, one of the things we haven't touched on is the length of time that it lasts.
Right.
So this, because it's based on nanotechnology, it creates a layer, an invisible layer on your skin. It's microscopic, that protects your skin. And by doing that, that then makes it an active option versus a passive option. So as soon as you put on a hand sanitizer, once it goes on, it's wet and it kills all the germs. As soon as it's dry,
Right.
it's done. With this, you put it on, as soon as it's dry, that's when it goes to town. That's when it's active. And it stays active for 4 hours and has been shown up in some of the studies to last up to 8 hours. We prefer to go on the conservative side, so we say up to 4 hours.
So now I'm an active senior. I'm doing my homework and taking care of myself, keeping clean, washing my hands, and all of those things. On top of now, I can use this. I can continue my activity knowing that I've got a few more moments. Moments is a quiet word of safety and cleanliness, and that I've looked after myself enough to get active in my relative community, around my grandchildren or whatever the case might be.
Exactly, because one of the things that we forget is we get busy and we automatically will put our hands to our faces, rub our eyes. When we have the masks on, how many times are we adjusting our mask
Correct.
and then touching other things? So when I have my mask on, I actually spray it with this, so that filters out anything that I'm also touching. It's not going to be transferred through my mask. It's not going to be transferred to my face if I forget to touch, because the biggest culprit is the surfaces that we're touching. And yes, we're being diligent at getting these clean, but if we forget an area, or if we touch a doorknob or something that's hasn't been washed repeatedly after each use, that puts us at risk. But this helps fill in that gap and mitigate that exposure.
Wow. So we're living and aging with pride. We're finding ways to take care of ourselves. And the message is we need to be conscious of continuing to look at how we can be safe, clean, and monitor our actions so that we're not passing this on somewhere else. So I really like this idea that, and especially for the aging population, because when they get mobile, there's no stopping them.
Exactly. And I'm sure they're ready to get mobile.
Now, there's a couple of other products you have that, let's talk about them. We've got plugged into our wall socket here, and the whole idea is that we're cleaning and purifying the room. Tell us about the gadget we have connected to the wall.
Okay. So as I mentioned, surfaces are a big culprit, as are things in the air. So our other product is an air and surface purifier. This is the one that was developed by NASA. So what it does is it creates a positive and negative ions that work simultaneously to capture bacteria and pathogens and mold and other things that are floating in the air, as well as on the surfaces. So it does a dual action and gives us that extra layer of protection. So it is great for a number of different uses. So that includes if you have allergies. We live in Utah. We are in a desert. So we have dust, we have pollens. Right now we are getting into allergy season. So we plug this into the wall, turn it on, and just let it do its thing.
I've got a question for you. This show is all about aging. Why do you think that these products serve our audience the best?
It helps you breathe. So having cleaner air, we're not fighting to breathe.
Right.
So you have better circulation, you have better rest,
Right.
you have better blood flow going through to our brains and,
Right.
and keeping our systems going.
And those are all the things that those of us who are aging, when I always say those of us who are aging, because I'm not, but I'm just saying, so it really lends itself to the population that we're addressing, but most importantly, it's for everybody.
It is. It is. And what's great is there's different sizes available and different scalability. So we have a small version that you can take with you and plug into your car. So that way, if you're traveling, especially if you're going to go see your kids and grandkids, great grandkids, you can take one in your RV because it covers up to 500 square feet.
I love it.
And then there's bigger versions available all the way up to the commercial size.
So we have in this box, you can't see this, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going to let her explain that. And then after we talk about all these products, we're going to talk about what this means to you and why it's important for you to stay healthy. We want you active in the community, in your respective community, but we want you happy for your family and healthy for your family, and that's a good thing. And so I'm exposing you, and please, this is not a sales pitch. This is an educational pitch. This is to tell you that there are a lot of things out there that is lending itself to help you live better and be better. And this happens to be a great product, a great friend, and a great concern about your well-being. And believe me, we need as many things in our lives to help us strive for excellence as possible. And this is one of those things. Now, tell us what's in this box.
Okay, so what's in the big box is a larger version. So
Right.
both the little travel size and the one that we plug into the wall covers 500 square feet. There's one that's called Pure and Clean that is basically just a black box, but it covers up to 2,000 square feet. So you can set it on,
And this is,
oh, that's the travel size.
so I can put this in the car.
So you can plug that in the car. So the difference, the biggest difference too, is this one is not designed to run 24/7. It's for shorter terms.
20 minutes downtown.
Yeah. Oh,
An
you can have
hour
it.
to-
Yeah, several hours. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
The ones that you plug into the wall and you plug in and set on the shelf,
Right.
those can run 24/7. You can plug them in and let them run. The other key difference between these and the other air filter systems that are out there, the other air filter systems have to pull the air in, clean it, and then put it back out.
Right.
This works kind of in the opposite. This is pulling air in just to pull it in, but as it's pushing air out, it's pushing those ions out. Those ions then become active and are doing the work. So it covers a much bigger range of area than the others do.
So it blocks and stops and creates.
Yes,
Boy, I should be a scientist.
you should be.
You know?
You're right on top of this.
So we got all of these things now. I mean, your company has decided that this is a major concern for them, and that they wanted to make sure that they had a product that they could stand behind or in front of,
Or both.
yeah, and make it happen. what kind of, if any, resistance are you getting from the community, from businesses, from the leadership of this great state or country? What kind of open arm are you getting from them?
Actually, we're not getting a lot of resistance. Once we walk through with people what the difference is between what these products do versus what's currently out there, once they understand how it works, then they're pretty open to it.
I'm loving it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have had an interesting conversation, and she knows more about it than I do, but I wanted to share this information with you so you would understand that there's a lot going on for your health and your welfare, and this is one of those things that's going on. blanQ. Ooh, that name, I love it. blanQ is blankety, blankety, making it happen for you, and that's what this is all about. We here at Living and Aging with Pride want to expose you with as many resources as possible to enable you to live healthy and wise and happy, and this is one of those journeys. I want you to understand that this has been a discovery for us as well. And we are trying to discover all the things that you need to have a healthy life. And I want to thank Donnielle for being on the show and talking about this incredible product. I want you to look into it. And how do we find out more about your company? How do we find out more about your product?
You can go to our website at blanqlimited.com. So that's BLANQLTD.com.
Woo! Now, there you have it. I'm James Brown. This is Living and Aging with Pride. Thank you. Do something about it. Stay fresh. Until next time.